There's a lot of noise surrounding Austin Reeves right now, and honestly, it makes sense. The guy is heading into a contract year, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Word around the league is that Reeves wants a new deal worth more than $30 million per season. That's a big number for a player who, while very talented, hasn't consistently proven that he could be the third best guy on a championship-level team. And look, I'm not knocking Austin. He's a very solid player, has shown improvement year over year, and clearly has the work ethic to keep grinding. But let's be real, is $30 million a season really justified at this stage in his career? For the Lakers, that's a major decision. Now, when we talk about the Lakers front office, we have to understand the game they're playing. They're not going to come out and say, yeah, we don't think Austin's worth that much. That's not how it works. It's a negotiation, it's leverage, and it's all about playing that poker game in public while working the phones behind the scenes. You want to keep his trade value high, just in case you need to pivot. So, of course, they're going to say he's part of the core, that they believe in him, that he's untouchable. That's the smart play. But come on, if another team is ready to throw him a max-level offer and you're not convinced he's part of your future, letting him walk for nothing would be a disaster. What makes this whole situation more complex is the presence of other stars on the roster. With the acquisition of Luka, the entire backcourt dynamic changed. Reeves, who had carved out a niche as a reliable combo guard, suddenly looks more like a redundancy than a necessity. It's not that he doesn't bring value. Far from it. But when you've got Luka dominating the ball, orchestrating the offense, and already needing space to operate, you got to ask whether Reeves fits that mold or whether you're better off turning him into assets that fill other gaps. Let's not sugarcoat it. Austin Reeves is not a superstar. He's not a top 5 guy, and he's not someone you build a franchise around. But he is what we like to call a blue-chip role player. A guy who plays hard, makes smart decisions, can knock down shots, and occasionally gives you 20+ on any given night. Those guys are valuable. Every contending team needs players like that. But the line between valuable role player and contract liability is razor thin in this league. $30+ million isn't role player money. It's cornerstone money. And right now, I'm not convinced Reeves has earned that label. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, I like Austin Reeves. I really do. I've praised him when he deserved it. And I've been critical when he fell short. Not because I dislike him, but because I believe in being honest. And the honest truth is that Reeves has struggled with consistency. One night, he's lights out, hitting everything, getting to the rim, dishing dimes. The next, he disappears. Cold shooting nights, poor defensive rotations, trouble handling physicality. It's not a question of effort. It's just that the level of consistency you need from a guy making that kind of money hasn't been there yet. And listen, this isn't me pulling stuff out of thin air. These are things Reeves himself has acknowledged. The numbers are there, the eye test backs it up, and fans who watch the games closely know what I'm talking about. We've seen stretches where he looks like a borderline all-star, but we've also seen long droughts where you start to wonder if he's just another guy. If he's going to make that leap, it needs to happen now. He's turning 27 soon, which means we're entering his prime. There's no more waiting around for him to figure it out. This is it. Now, to be fair, Reeves has gotten better statistically every year. His shooting percentages have improved, he's become a better playmaker, and he's looked more comfortable in bigger moments, at least during the regular season. And that's where things start to get murky. Because in the playoffs, when it matters most, that version of Reeves we see during the regular season doesn't always show up. I get it, injuries, fatigue, defensive pressure, all of it ramps up in the postseason. But great players rise to the occasion. That's what separates them. And in those moments, Reeves hasn't delivered consistently enough. You can't ignore the pattern. In his playoff appearances so far, it's been hit or miss. The Memphis series? He was great. Came through in a big way, looked fearless. But then the Golden State series happened, and for the first few games, he got cooked. Klay Thompson was having his way with him, and it exposed some of Reeves' biggest weaknesses, the inability to handle elite ball pressure, the lack of lateral quickness on defense, the way he can get pushed off his spots. To his credit, he adjusted by the end of the series and looked better. But then the Denver series came, and we saw another dip. And look, I know people have brought up the toe injury, but let's be real, his struggle started before that. In fact, his performance actually improved a little after the injury, which tells you it wasn't just about physical limitations. He wasn't awful, but he also wasn't good. He wasn't the difference maker you need in those moments. He wasn't D'Angelo Russell levels of disappointing, but he was nowhere near the kind of presence you want from a guy hoping to land a massive new contract. And then this past postseason, easily his worst yet. The numbers were rough, the efficiency was down, and once again, when the team needed a spark, he didn't provide it. It's frustrating because you can see the potential. You can see the outlines of a really good player. He's crafty, he's smart, he's got that edge to his game that fans love. And when he's hot, man, he's fun to watch. But we can't keep holding onto the potential and ignoring the reality. If the Lakers are serious about contending, every piece has to be optimized. Every dollar has to be spent wisely. You can't be handing out $30 million deals based on potential when you've got real needs to address elsewhere. And I get it. His agent is doing what agents do. Talking him up, hyping the next step, saying he's going to break out. That's his job. He wants Reeves to get paid, and that's totally fair. But we as fans, and more importantly, the Lakers as a franchise, need to separate the hype from the facts. Is there a version of Austin Reeves that takes that next leap? Absolutely. There's a universe where he sharpens his defense, tightens up the shooting consistency, adds strength, and becomes a legit two-way threat. But that version of Reeves has to show up, not just once in a while, but every night, and especially in May and June. If the Lakers were just one piece away, if they were a team that only needed a center to be right back in the title mix, maybe keeping Reeves makes more sense. Maybe you roll the dice, make him your sixth man, and hope the leap comes. But that's not where this team is right now. There are bigger questions to answer. How to build around Luka, how to shore up the defense, how to manage the aging LeBron window while still developing young talent. And if Reeves doesn't clearly fit into that plan, then you have to at least consider moving him. Now, let's talk about that idea of moving him. Because for a while now, there's been chatter about whether the Lakers might use Austin Reeves as a trade piece. Not because they don't like him. They clearly do, but because the reality of roster building in today's NBA forces tough choices. You don't get to keep everyone. And when you're paying a guy like Luka top dollar, trying to manage what's left of LeBron's timeline, and you got other young players that need to be extended or developed, something's got to give. You look at Reeves, and suddenly he becomes the logical asset. Not your top star, but valuable enough to get something meaningful back. And let's not pretend teams wouldn't be interested. There are a lot of franchises out there who would happily bring in a guy like Reeves. He fits the mold of what contenders look for, a gritty, high IQ guard who can handle the ball, shoot off the catch, run a second unit. You drop him on a team that already has its stars in place and just needs more guys who can keep the offense humming without turning the ball over. And boom, you've got a fit. A team like the Knicks, maybe the Bucks, or even a younger squad like the Magic could see value in him. The point is, he has market value. So the question becomes, what are you getting in return? If the Lakers could flip Reeves for a true defensive anchor at the 5, or for wing depth that complements Luka better, you have to think about it. And not just from a fit standpoint, but from a flexibility one too. Once you commit to paying Reeves $30 million or more, you're locking yourself into a very specific cap structure. That limits you. That forces you to fill out the roster with vet minimums and rookies, and you start looking more like a top-heavy team with no depth. We've seen how that ends. You might be able to survive the regular season, but come playoff time, you get exposed. Your margins shrink, your weaknesses get attacked, and you're out in the second round again. Now, let's circle back to the fans because this is where things get emotional. A lot of Lakers fans have really grown attached to Reeves. He's a feel-good story. Undrafted, worked his way up, showed heart, plays with grit. You want to root for guys like that. You want to believe they'll keep improving and become part of the next great Lakers core. And hey, I respect that. Sports are about connection. They're about identity. But as much as fans love that narrative, the front office has to stay cold-blooded. They got to think about windows, salary caps, long-term upside, and team construction. Sentimentality doesn't win championships. And to be honest, even Reeves probably knows this. Deep down, he understands that the NBA is a business. That no matter how loyal you are, how hard you work, how much you love wearing the purple and gold. At some point, it all comes down to fit, value, and leverage. If the Lakers come to him and say, "Look, we like you, but this deal doesn't make sense for us long term," he'll get it. Doesn't mean he'll be happy about it, but he'll understand. And if another team offers him that kind of money and the Lakers decline to match, he'll go where the money is. That's how the league works. It's not personal, it's professional. What complicates things further is the fact that Reeves is just good enough to make moving him risky. You send him out, and he lands in the right system, maybe under a coach who uses him perfectly, and he thrives. Suddenly, it looks like you gave away a future borderline all-star for pennies. That's the fear. That's the risk every team takes when they trade a player on the rise. But that's the balance. You don't want to sell low, but you also don't want to overpay for what might never materialize. That's where the Lakers are stuck. This is where you need vision. This is where a great front office earns its keep. You have to see beyond the hype, beyond the emotional pull, and look at the big picture. Do you believe Austin Reeves, in this system, with his core, with these contracts, can elevate your team to title contention? And if the answer isn't a clear yes, then the answer is no. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, the Los Angeles Lakers are reportedly stirring up the NBA rumor mill once again, this time eyeing a major upgrade in their frontcourt. Sources suggest the Lakers have expressed serious interest in JAKOB POELTL, the sturdy center currently with the Toronto Raptors, whose contract is reportedly valued at around $80 million. While nothing is confirmed, this potential move has already sparked excitement among fans and analysts alike, who are eager to see if the Lakers will make a bold push to bolster their roster with such a high-profile big man. POELTL, known for his solid defense, rebounding prowess, and efficient presence in the paint, could bring much-needed toughness and reliability to the Lakers' interior game. Given the Lakers' ambition to remain competitive at the highest level, adding a player of POELTL's caliber would be a significant statement. The Raptors' investment in him with a hefty contract indicates his value, and if the Lakers can pull off a deal, it could reshape their squad dynamics dramatically. This rumored interest comes amid ongoing discussions about the Lakers' need to strengthen their defense and improve their second-chance opportunities on both ends of the court. POELTL fits the profile of a traditional center who can protect the rim and clean the glass, traits the Lakers have sought after in recent seasons. His $80 million contract, while substantial, might be seen as a worthwhile investment if the Lakers believe he can complement their star players and help push them deeper into the playoffs. Of course, the logistics of such a trade are complicated, especially considering the salary cap and the assets Toronto might demand in return. The Raptors have been known to carefully evaluate any potential moves involving their key players, and POELTL is no exception. Negotiations, if they happen, could involve multiple teams or players, making this a potentially intricate and high-stakes deal. As the NBA offseason progresses, keep an eye on this developing story. While rumors often swirl without materializing, the buzz around the Lakers and JAKOB POELTL suggests that a significant transaction could be on the horizon. If Los Angeles manages to secure the Raptors center, it could signal a new chapter for the Lakers' quest to reclaim championship glory. Fans are watching closely, hoping that this $80 million man might just be the missing piece their team needs. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.